Yes, guys, welcome to your Friday night special. I'm Gianni Battici, tonight's host, and we are live on my YouTube channel, which is still very novel and very new for me because I've just figured out how to do tech stuff. So how is everyone tonight? Are we feeling good about game week 6? Are we set with our transfers? Are we waiting for maybe some embargoed quotes, of which we'll probably have some around 10 p.m.? Maybe about Chilwell, maybe a bit more information there because we don't know too much about him. Poch surely was asked about Chilwell. Well, nothing came out the press conference, so maybe that's an embargoed one. But good to see so many in the chat joining us tonight. We've got Elmaz. We've got Cam. Hey, Cam. Hope you're well, mate. Are you back in? Because earlier we were chatting and you were out and about. Really appreciate your super chat. Kev and Elmaz and Heather. Danish is with us as well. And JC and Michael and Stefan. Thank you so much for joining. If you are looking to put a comment in the chat, then you'll notice it's gone rogue tonight. I've gone subscribers only chat. If you hit the subscribe button, 60 seconds later, you can ask your question. So that should hopefully all work. I didn't even know you could do that until someone suggested it. But yeah, I hope you guys are well. We're going to be answering your questions tonight. I'm going to be on Pigeon Watch. Of course I am. I've gone all out as well. I've had a shave. I've had my hair cut. Yeah, all in the last few hours for you guys. Nothing to do with the fact I'm on Sky Sports News tomorrow morning. Sorry, had to drop that one in. But that is why I'm doing this tonight now, right? Because I said to you guys last week, I'm going to do a live Q&A a few hours before the deadline. Not a deadline stream, but before that. Every week if I can. But then sometimes I have commitments around the deadline. So, for example, tomorrow I'm on Sky Sports News. I'm not going to be able to do a live stream. But I was like, maybe I could do one Friday night. And the other channel I do some work with is Chasing Green Arrows. Many of you will watch Chasing Green Arrows. Rather than stream on Friday night, we streamed on 12 o'clock today, I think it was. 1 o'clock today. 1 o'clock today. So therefore, my Friday night's free to spend with you guys. We've got questions coming in already. Good to see so many of you. Hey, Michael, Cam, my man. Good day. Question from FPL First Timer. Is there a free change of team in the winter break? Yes. You get 2 wildcards. So you use 1 wildcard for the first half of the season and then your second wildcard for the second half of the season. So from game week 20 onwards. So yeah, you get to change your team twice, completely guilt-free. Don't forget, Mans, you've also got your free hit chip and your bench boost and your triple captain, which you want to use for the second half of the season. Hold on to them. I did Jackson to Alvarez. I feel like I made a mistake. Alvarez will play. You're good there, dude. I mean, I've got Jackson. I'll show you my team in a minute, guys. Stay tuned for that. But no, I think you're good. Like, Alvarez is the obvious move, isn't he? Like, I'm not going Alvarez this week, but I do already own Triple City. I tell you what, though, I would be selling Jackson with a heavy heart because I still feel like there's something there, but that's probably the Chelsea fan in me. Would you say Alvarez and Botman for Archer and Chilwell is worth it? Yeah, I mean, if you're selling Archer, though, the big thing about selling Archer is what are you going to have? Is he your 8th attacker? If so, you're bringing in someone like Alvarez, who you're going to bench every week. Having an 8th attacker like an Archer to bench every week is the perfect play. Don't give yourself too many benching headaches is always my advice. And therefore, you want that 8th attacker to always be like a 4.5 mid or a 4.5 forward. I'm on the dreaded wild card. Dude, that's the best thing ever, Football Mad. That's not the dreaded wild card. That's the great wild card. But don't want to go completely template. Any good differentials? I've gone front 3 of Haaland, Højlund, and Alvarez. That'd be mine. I tweeted a wildcard draft yesterday, I think. I went with those. I actually went with Darwin instead of Højlund, but there's not much between them. I like them both. And then I went Foden as well. You could go triple City attack. I quite like that in a wild card. I'd definitely go double Newcastle defense too. Who would you play? Pinnock or Share? Probably Share. I'm on my way back from holiday in Mauritius. So listen, no way. Michael, is your Wi-Fi really that good? When I'm on a plane, I always feel like the best I can do is load the football score. The best I can do is load Twitter. I certainly can't stream. Your Wi-Fi, Michael, is outrageous. I love the fact that you're listening 40,000 feet up. Hope you had an amazing holiday in Mauritius. Very jealous. I'm off to India on Monday for a work trip, but I will still be streaming. Not streaming. I'll still be doing FPL vids. So make sure you are subscribed to watch my shorter form videos. Have I put in the description of the video, I'm just reading the bottom ticker. Have I put in the description that it's subscribers there? The live chat is for subscribers only. Subscribe to have your question answered. Great. I can't always answer everyone, guys, so I'll get to as many as I can. Obviously, if I miss you, I'm really sorry, but feel free to drop a super chat and I'll obviously prioritize it. Cam's in. Yes, Cam. Trippier over Botman. I'm a ceiling man. If you're a ceiling man and you got the money to spend, you go trips, don't you? Worth noting, his next two opponents are quite poor at defending set pieces as well. And I know his attacking data is not as good as last season. And it's not as good as last season. Like, let's make no doubt about it. Like, we haven't seen brilliant assist threat from him. However, look at the opposition he's played. He's had the toughest of games. Trips could still be a very good attacking asset this season. So I think I'm going to go Trippier over Botman. Yes, Providel, what a goal. He's done that before. You know, he used to be a striker at academy level. You know, when you hear about goalkeepers who are like, oh, they used to play up front. Yeah, when they were 8 years old. Now, this guy actually played like at a proper football club academy up front. So he can do it. So yeah, and he scored a goal before as a goalkeeper. Should have benched Son, Madders or Saka. I'd probably bench. Oh, if it has to be one of them. This is what I'm saying. Well, who's your 8th attacker? You know, Archer, I'd bench out of all of those guys. Probably go Mads. Start Dino and Dogi. I don't want to take hit for defenders. Fair enough. I would start Dean, probably. Probably Dean. Guys, I don't want to miss any questions, but no way. I'm just in Chennai for 5-6 days. But Abhishek, if you're around, then yeah, let me know. If you're actually in Chennai, maybe we could hook up. I'm hoping to see Zoff as well, another FPL content creator, when I'm out there. So you'd be welcome to join. Need the FPL diary. Yeah, Kunal, look, if I can ask my hotel to post it to your home address, maybe. Kunal, I tell you what, guys, the reason Kunal's got a little logo by his name is he's a channel member. So Kunal, you're in the WhatsApp group with me. If you WhatsApp me your address, I will try and get it posted. Stay there and let me just get my book so I don't forget. Because I'm literally packing tomorrow. I'm going to put this on my pool table right now. This is a copy of my book. That'll make me remember it. I can't guarantee I'll get it to you in Mumbai. I don't know how the postal system even works, but I can ask. Thoughts on Chilwell to Botman? Yeah, I'm going Chilwell to Trips, but Chilwell to Botman's absolutely fine. Of course it is. Saving some money. Oh, good man. Yeah, football mad. Yeah, I did put together a draft wildcard. You know me, I don't like to go completely template. So yeah, it was a little bit different, wasn't it? And to be fair, Darwin versus Hoyland was a... Hoyland, you know you're going to get the minutes, don't you? So Hoyland's got that minutes guarantee that Darwin doesn't have. Although obviously we like Darwin because his ceiling is so high. Sorry guys, I'm just tweeting that the stream's out. Gusto or Dogi already have Chilwell. I think you play Gusto. Home player, I think. Edward, a punt on wildcard. Yeah, nice punt. I like Edward. I prefer Eze as a punt on wildcard, but yeah. Chilwell or Bulldog to Botman. Oh, I'd sell Botman over Chilwell. I've got enough money to do Son to Salah. So Son to Salah, but also have Martinelli. Should I prioritize getting Salah or transfer Martinelli out? Depends who you really want to bring in for Martinelli. If it's someone like an Eze with a good fixture against Fulham, I'd be tempted. I do like Eze as an option this week. I really do. You like Man United? Yeah, like United should score goals, shouldn't they? They just scored 3 against Bayern Munich. Watkins to Alvarez for a free transfer. I mean, yeah, probably. Watkins has been rested in the week, but probably. I've got Stupinham, Botman, Guardiola, Chilwell, Dogi. Which 3? Well, you bench Dogi, don't you? You can probably bench Chilwell. Yeah, Canal, all good. I'll see what I can do, honestly. Rack them balls properly. They are racked properly. What are you talking about? It's like a drill. You've got to go, you've got to pot them without missing. FPL Linus just posted a pizza with banana nuts on. Care to comment? I fancy a pizza. I don't know if I fancy one with banana. Yeah, not my thing. Not my thing. It's offensive. It's offensive to Italians. Bruno Saka and Son, Madders, High Alvarez, bench Madison. Yeah, probably. This is the 8th attacker thing. Guys, you've got to have a bad 8th attacker in your team. Otherwise, you have these sorts of headaches every week, which I'm not a fan of. Like, have an Archer or a Anderson or a whoever. Oh, would you? I don't know. I think United have got to be big favourites. Chilwell to Botman for a hit? Probably not, no. I'll become an ultra on payday. Ah, Cam, you don't have to do that, mate. But if you fancy becoming an ultra, then yeah, you're obviously very, very welcome to. Obviously, I'd love that. I'd love you to be an ultra, Cam. I'd love you in that WhatsApp group, to be fair. And for those that have been in the WhatsApp group, you'll know I share videos often when I'm holding my daughter. So Cam, maybe we can share some dad tips as well in there, because the conversation isn't always strictly FPL. I'm trying to show this properly. Playing around with the graphics here. As you can see, like, you guys know I'm not the most tech-minded. So what? Does that look best? Yeah, maybe. Anyway, if you want to be a member, you know how to join. There's 2 tiers. Ultras in the WhatsApp group, squad members prioritising all the comments and shout-outs and stuff like that. Good evening, everyone. How are we doing? Get your questions in. Do hit the like button as well if you're new around here. Hit the subscribe button too. Even though Gianni play Vissa or Sterling. What do we think? How do we see? Oh, Kev Mack has joined. Kev, dude, I probably play Sterling. He is playing well. Kev, mate, lovely having you. I need to get your number though, Kev. So could you tweet me it, DM me on Twitter, your number, and I can add you. Guys, I need to we need to go through the captions. We need to go through the fixtures, don't we? Shall we try and do? Hang on, let's right. I just want to bring up all this week's fixtures because I think we're going to play a game. We're going to do predictions because we're going to be answering all the questions. Of course we are, but we're also, I think we need to look at some predictions this week because I think there's a lot of games that are hard to call, very hard to call. So JPEG, annoyingly on StreamYard to do a video, to upload an image, I have to do a converter. So the image can't be a JPEG. It's got to be a PDF. Honestly, it's like JPEG. So JPEG to PD, just to show you the fixtures. Like, it's all I want to do. So upload files. I've done a screen grab. So now I've got to convert it to a PDF. But I'm getting more confident on this. Right. Now, in my StreamYard, I should be able to upload. Are you still with me, guys? Thank you for staying patient. Hang on. It is coming because we're going to do predictions together. So, upload file. Here we go. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, here we go. PDF. Processing. Let's look at the fixtures and go through them. I want your thoughts in the chat. So, can you see the screen? So now, let's go through them one by one. We're going to do a quick fire. I'm going to do poll every time. We're going to do Palace or Fulham. Actually, no, forget the polls. Let's just do it. Palace or Fulham. Let me know in the comments. Pineapple on pizza is so not me. Yes, Kev. Thanks, dude. Right, come on then. Who's good? I think Crystal Palace win that to 0. I'm going to go 2-0. So I'm going 2-0 there. What do you reckon, guys? I think 2-0. Loads of you are thinking Palace. Yeah, Cam's gone Palace. Danny B's gone Palace. I think Palace keep a clean sheet. Fulham have been poor on the road. Yova's gone 2-1. Yeah, look, you're pretty much all with me. So we're going to go, a lot are going Palace to 0, which makes me think, like, for those that own Johnson, we had a question earlier, do you play Johnson or Anana? For me, you play Johnson. I think it's a really good fixture for him. I don't think Fulham are that good in attack. All right, let's do Luton Wolves. So Luton Wolves next up. What are we going for? And then we'll do a Q&A after this, guys. This is going to be the next 5 minutes of predictions and then Q&A time. So Luton versus Wolves. I'm going to go. I think this is going to be a 0-0. I think a lot of you might sit on the fence with draw, just like me. Stefan's gone, yeah, draw. Nolan's gone draw. Michael thinks Wolves will take it. If Morris scores, FPL Rovers gone for Luton. Okay, we're a bit split on this. Guys, if Morris scores, everyone's going to go Morris game week 7. All right, Man City Forest next up. Come on, let's do it quick. I'm going to go Man City Forest. There's me. I'm at 3-0. What we thinking? No one's going to have anything for Forest here, surely. This is just going to be a clean sweep. I guess the question is how big? Yeah, Kev reckons 6-1. And a lot will go to 1 because Man City keep conceding sloppy goals. We've got an 8-0 or 5-0. Heather says 5. Okay, let's go Brentford-Everton. This one, I'm struggling to call. I'm going to go for a shock result. John's gone for a draw. Right, let's go Everton next up. So, Brentford versus Everton. What do you reckon? Yeah, it could be anything. City 1 for Forest as Rover. I reckon Everton are going to get a point. I don't know why I think this, but I'm not that bullish on Flecken as a wildcard keeper. I'm not that bullish on Brentford. Yeah, you guys are back in a draw as well, or you're back in slightly. Meerkat's gone for 2-1. Yeah, you're back in slightly a Brentford win, which the bookies would call that fair. All right, Burnley Man United. Come on. Burnley Man United. I am going to go. I think Burnley score. Henry out. 2-1 Everton. Interesting. Right, let's stick to Burnley United now. I think United win, but I think it's close, and I think Burnley score. What do you reckon, guys? 5-0 United. Got a Burnley win. A lot are going away win like me. Flecken isn't great, is he? I don't rate him. Big downgrade on Raya. So a lot of you are going United to win away from home there. Not too many are going to 0 though. Interesting. All right, the big one. Yeah, John's gone, mate. The big one. Arsenal versus Spurs. Guys, I'm getting questions all week. What do I do? Maddison, Son, do we sell? Do we bench? Do we start? I think you've got to start these guys. This could be a 3-0. I'm going 3-0. This could be a big score draw. This could be a 4-3. It could be a 3-2. Either way. Desmond says Freddie. Desmond 2-2. 3-1 Arsenal, Kev. Ooh. Do you know what? Arsenal haven't impressed me this season until the Champions League on Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever it was. I thought they were really good. I thought they were really, really good. And they were so comfortable. They were able to bring men off halfway. Like Saka came off early. A few of them did. In fact, most of the attackers did. Most of you are back in Arsenal or a draw. Oh, we've got Spurs one there. Yeah, okay. Will think Spurs will win. Yeah, maybe FPL Rover. One of those games with Sa and Rice score. All right, Brighton, Bournemouth. Come on, what we saying? Do Bournemouth score? I think they do. I think I'm going to go 3-1. Disappointing for Brighton on Thursday night, wasn't it? It was a different team, so we'll see loads of rotation. De Zerbi has said that, but I think Brighton will concede, but I always back Brighton to score. Also, you would expect Welbeck to start. If you want a 1 week punt, he didn't start in the week. Kunar reckons 2-0 Brighton. It's fair. Kev's gone 2-0 as well. Yeah. No one's giving Bournemouth a hope. Okay. Chelsea Villa, what we saying? I'm gonna say I've said 50-50 on Chilwell versus Mudryk to start. If I was betting on one or the other, I'd say Chilwell 51, Mudryk 49 to start. I think Jackson's going to score, but I think we're going to go for a 1-1 draw for me personally. And you're all going to back Villa or a draw, aren't you? I don't think many are going to back Chelsea. I genuinely think Villa are probably favourites. We've got Danny B saying 2-1 Chelsea. Tony's gone for an away win as well. Kunal's gone for a draw. Fair. Yeah, many for a draw. Liverpool, guys, I was hoping when I do this, I get to loads of games and I go, ugh, let's not bother asking that one. What a rubbish game to discuss. But actually, there's something in everything, isn't there? Liverpool, I'm going to go for a 3-0. I think Liverpool win. And then Sheffield United, Newcastle. Yeah, a lot are going to go Liverpool here. Salah, I think Darwin's a good punt this week. I think he'll start. Sheffield United, Newcastle. I'm going to go 1-0. And that is why I'm going to bring in a Newcastle defender this week. So, guys, thank you so much for taking part in the predictors. I've missed all your questions before the predictions. So now it's the time to get them in. Now is the time to get your questions in and we'll get through some. So they are the fixtures, of course they are shown on my screen, but we can also show my team. Should we do that? So before I answer your questions, this is before my transfer. I've got 2.1 in the bank and I've got a free transfer. I'm probably going to lose Chilwell. And it's for a Newcastle defender. However, I'm going to leave it late because we could get a Man City team leak. And if we do, and I hear someone like Gvardiol is benched, then it just makes sense, doesn't it, to sell Gvardiol instead. So there we go. That's my plan move. Obviously, Haaland captain. Gianni, Botman for Saliba or Chilwell? I'd be happy selling Saliba, you know. And you keep Chilwell just in case he starts, has a great game, and then he's a really nice asset for the next couple of weeks. Chilwell has got good fixtures. So it's Botman. If Pogba signs a prominent... No, Canal. Here we go. What's Canal saying? Saka, Maddison, Son. Oh, Canal. It's the 8th attacker thing. I would bench Maddison, given the choice. It's a tough one, though. Like, you can't... Saka looked really good in the week in the Champions League. He was probably Arsenal's best player, certainly for the first hour. And Son, the penalty appeal. Geez, Luke. Isak or Wilson for the most minutes? I'd probably say Wilson based on what we saw in the Prem last week in the Champs, but that could easily turn. I wouldn't go near either of them. Matoma's going to be benched because he played... yeah, I don't think he will be, but he has had a ton of minutes, but I think he's all right. I don't think he's in the red zone just yet. Do you think a Stupinan will start? Yeah, absolutely think a Stupinan will start. Start Doji or Chilwell? Probably a Doji just. Doku's a nice punt. I prefer Foden though, Tony. I'm starting Son and Maddison to mainly because it's a TV game. Fair point. You got to enjoy FPL, haven't you? You got to enjoy it. And I'll be watching that going, yeah, I'm investing in both. I see goals in the North London derby. And if we get goals in the North London derby, then Son and Maddison and Saka and Jesus, they're all really good owns this week. Like, don't look at tough opposition and go, that means it's bad for my player. Look at opposition and go, do I see goals in that opponent? The attack versus defence opposition question is the one you should be asking. And I think in the North London derby, considering the environment and the fact Postecoglou goes attack, you're going to see goals. Guys, over 100 of you watching, which is awesome. If you fancy hitting that like button, that'd be amazing. Please do hit the like. What's happening? Paolo, good to see you, dude. Sell Saliba over a Stupinan. Brighton give us up goals to everyone. And I do think that Tom's right. I think they concede. Even against Newcastle. Was it against Newcastle a few weeks back? Brighton won. They were 3-0 up. 90 minutes gone. Callum Wilson scored in the 94th. Like, so annoying for Stupinan owners. Chilwell or Gusto to Botman? You'll probably sell Chilwell. Gusto's good for a couple of weeks. Yes, dude. We've had our first super chat. Thank you so much. That is the first super chat I have had tonight. That is amazing. Probably only the 5th super chat I've ever had on this channel. So thank you, mate. Got to, of course, prioritize your question. So play Morris, Jagannath at home against Wolves. Yeah, it's a good fixture for Morris. Like, if you're ever going to play Morris in a single game week, this is the week you do it. Or do you play Maddison against Arsenal away? I still think you play Maddison. I do. I just think you go, I can back that team to score goals. I can back Spurs to score against Arsenal. And I don't know if I can absolutely back Luton to score against Wolves. What do you guys think in the chat? Like, are we backing... Do you guys think you'll own Morris next week? Should we do a poll in the chat? Because I want to know who's jumping on. Will you own Morris game week 7? Let's ask the question. Yes or no? I think I will, but I think a load's going Alvarez this week won't be able to get to him because you're not selling Alvarez for Morris. But I own Jackson, and I could make that move. So get voting, guys, on that. And also, I am gonna just check out the odds on Luton scoring or Morris scoring versus Maddison. So let's see if I can find it very quickly. Okay, I don't think the odds are great. I think you go Madison. I think you go Mads. You know, Haaland this week, guys, has got a 71% chance, according to the bookies, of scoring. 71% likely Haaland scores. Salah's at 50. Alvarez is at 44. Rashford's at 40. Højlund's at 40. So the bookies are backing. The only one they're absolutely backing to score, like over half, over 50%, is Haaland, as expected. As expected. So there you go. Thank you for your question, mate. And yeah, I think I'd go Mads just. But you're in a good place. You're in a good place if you own Morris for next week. 73% of the chat currently won't own Morris next week, which is interesting. That will change if he scores this week. Massively. Joshy boy is in the house. Yes, Josh. Thanks, mate. Good to see Josh is one of our squad members, hence the little emoji next to his name. If you want to become a member, just hit that join button. That'd be cool. Andy Robertson, under the radar pick, yeah? With Trent out the team, I wonder if he's better. We saw Trent out the team for a week and Robbo goes and scores. Let's see if that continues. Are you Kev? Kev is going Morris over Mad. It's not an easy call. It's a tight one. I'm just going for that. I think Luton Wolves could be 0-0. There is not a chance Spurs versus Arsenal is 0-0, is there? Not a chance. 8 points to transfer in and out Morris. Yeah, you're going to stick with Alvarez. Sanchin, I've Darwin in my team. Should I start? Absolutely. Guys, that is a good fixture for Darwin. West Ham. Who didn't captain Haaland last week? You got away with one. I massively got away with one. West Ham put up 6 big chances to Haaland. West Ham haven't been that solid at the back. Interesting that. Even Chelsea put up 2.5 XG against them. No to Morris. Fair. Triple captain Haaland. I don't know about that. Wait for doubles. What are Saka's goal scoring odds? Let's have a look. 31%. Foden's at 32. Which is higher, I think, than the Spurs lads. So, yeah. Saka is 31% likely to score. What's your thoughts on Doku as a cheeky? Yeah, Doku, I think, will start. I prefer Foden, though. I like them both. It was a pun. Yeah, I like that. You could easily start Kabore this week. He's actually looked all right last couple of weeks. Bit of attacking threat there. You know, Kabore played Champions League last year for Marseille. Man City graduate. Luton love the fact they've got him. They think it's a big move for them to have a player like with Kabore's pedigree. I don't think he'll be at Luton for long. I don't expect Morris to score any in the game just because there's two. Yeah, it's 180 minutes though. FPL Meerkat, 2 bites at the cherry, and he's on pens. I'm not saying Morris is a great pick for game week 7, but I think you can take the chance if you've got Archer and money to spend, and that's going to be me. Burn, I think, is risky. I think Burn will be the first of the back 4 to lose his place because Lewis Hall is there. Livramento can play right back, Trips left. But they've got Lewis Hall, who's going to get game time from Chelsea. He's brilliant. And Dan Burn, for me, is the weak link. Foden in my team. I've already got Botman. I just played Chilwell, I think. Yeah, Henry, definitely don't captain Darwin. Jeez. But you can risk playing him. And yeah, he did. He did play in the week. But it doesn't always mean you play in the week if you benched the weekend. Like, these players can play twice a week. Sorry, guys, just going to prioritize some member questions. Yeah, just in time to talk Morris RTJ. There's a poll going. 69% aren't going to have him next year. I think I will have him, but that's because I won't have an obvious transfer elsewhere, and I could be dead ending into a wild card. If I'm dead ending into a wild card, you can go Morris. If you're not if you haven't got your wild card, if you've already used it, you're probably not going to go Morris because then you've got to reverse that. And effectively, every transfer, you know that old cliche, guys, 4 points. Just in time to chat Morris, that has made me chuckle. Vicario or Turner, who should I start? Oh, both could get big save points. I'd go Vicario. Greater chance of a clean sheet, Vicario. RTJ in the house. Yes, mate. Hope you're well. Oh, I think he could start Henry. Am I bullish on Chilwell playing this week? Nope, not bullish on it. Not bullish on it at all. I think it's 51-49 in favour of starting over Mudryk. And if Chilwell starts, he probably comes off early. He could come off with a clean sheet in the bank though, which is quite nice. Yeah, Rico Henry's out for most of the season, Thor. If you got Henry, you got to sell him. It's a bad injury. What do you reckon then, guys? So we've gone through the fixtures. In the chat, when we looked at fixtures earlier, it looks like, what are the big ones for FPL? The big ones. Firstly, worth noting, the game week deadline is at 1:30 because there's loads of 3 o'clocks, but not an early kickoff. The reason there's no early kickoff, this is interesting, is because TNT, who have the Burnley United game, have agreed that off the back of Champions League, the European weeks, they will move their early kickoff to the late kickoff. And they'll do that to give the team playing in Europe more recovery time. So Man United have had their game moved later in the evening. So every time there's Europe, there'll be a later FPL deadline on the Saturday, which I like. Or that team will be playing later on the Saturday. The big FPL games, Man City Forest because of captain. Not a huge amount on the Saturday. There's dribs and drabs. But in terms of the real investment, the big investment, Arsenal Spurs is huge. I think Brighton will be big. Chelsea Villa is going to be big. Liverpool will be big for many, certainly the Salah owners. Yeah. Turner looks awfully like Anana. No, it hasn't been covered yet. I think that was a little error from my YouTube, wasn't it? Yeah. Think your love for explosive chaos, Darwin might be clowning you a bit. Yeah. Strong possibility. I do love explosive chaos, though. That is a fair description of how I like to play FPL. The sorts of players I like are big chance hogs. They often can't hit a barn door, but on their day can be amazing. Darwin. I like Jota. Jota's someone I've picked a lot over the years. Not at the moment, I don't, because I think he's further off the start than Darwin consistently. But that's probably why Nico Jackson's in my team. Let's see my team. Guys, did I consider selling Jackson this week? Let's just address that. No, I didn't. I did for a millisecond. The reason I didn't sell Jackson is simply I can't get to Alvarez. If I get to Alvarez, I'm playing around here. If I get to Alvarez, then I would be selling Jackson for Alvarez, but I've got Triple City already. And I don't think there's a standout third or second forward to go to. Like, you could go to Darwin, who I like. You could go to Højlund, who I like. But I don't love them enough to take the punt because I do think there's a big minutes risk with Darwin. And I'm still not 100% on Man United. What is going on there? Like, they are not looking fluid. And we could see Garnacho start on the left and Rashford on the right, by the way. So even Rashford owners, like, he's playing well. But even if you're a Rashford owner, I'm a bit like, oh, can I trust Rashford in a dip as the 9 or on the right? Not really. On the left, maybe. Is Salah just an assist merchant? Maybe. I think I feel good about Gvardiol starting, though. Do you guys? He didn't play in the week. It looks like it's him or Ake each time, doesn't it? Oh, my guy with the super chat. Thank you very much, Jagan Eighth. Like, absolutely love that. You don't have to do that, but really appreciate any super chats and want to just address your question. Oh, it's nice of you to say. He's a Chelsea fan. Do you think my Chelsea, can beat Aston Villa? The chat aren't so sure. A lot think draw. More said Villa win than Chelsea win when we asked earlier. Personally, I went for a draw. I think it'll be 1-1. That's fair. FPL is about having fun, isn't it? And games have to be fun. And if you're investing in your team because you want to celebrate that Jackson goal, not only because he scored for Chelsea, your beloved team, but also because you've got him in FPL. That's a fine reason to go, I'm not selling him this week. You can have club bias in FPL. It doesn't always make for the best decisions. I know that. Hello, Kai Havertz. If you watched me last season or in years gone by, you'll know I'm often blinkered by Chelsea. But I often also really enjoy their success. They've not had a huge amount of late because I'm invested in them in FPL. So sure, I'll be selling a Chelsea defender this week, I think. But keeping Jackson is absolutely fine. Do you know what? If he bangs, then with those next two fixtures, he's going to be in a ton of teams. He's gone down from like 20% to 12% owned, doesn't he? But he is with the bookies, 37% likely to score, which is more likely than the likes of Saka, more likely than the likes of Edouard and Jesus. The bookies think there's a good chance Jackson scores at 37%, and Bomo's at 35%. Nico Jackson, 37%. Alvarez is 44%. There's very little in it. Very little in it. I mean, Alvarez is more likely to brace, you could say. A lot more likely to brace. But fair point. Fair point and good question. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. I can't get to all your questions. I'm so sorry, guys. I'll get to the ones I can. I'll get to the ones where I think you guys are going to benefit the most from me talking about that question as well. And obviously the shorter ones are easier. I'm sorry. I missed it. I haven't seen any. Sorry. Can't answer everyone. And because you call me rude, I think maybe I just won't answer it now. Because there's other people that haven't called me rude and I'll prioritize theirs. Because, yeah, I can see a question now. But you ain't getting an answer because you called me rude. Adoji or Saliba? What do you reckon? Adoji or Saliba? I think I'd go Adoji for better upside assist threat. I know Saliba's got a bit more goal threat. But Adoji does go up for attacking set pieces, by the way. Cam, would you double up on Newcastle defence? Yeah. I think I would. Moreno's not ready to be starting games consistently. Sorry, I'm just reading my WhatsApp group. Kicking off. Many of you guys from the WhatsApp group are watching, but just catching up. I'm going to be adding Kev, so Kev, make sure you tweet me your number, please. Yeah, Moreno will be the better pick in a few weeks' time. Rashford a good pick? Yeah, he's still a good pick. He's the only one that looks sharp up top. Good, Gianni. Yeah, was that for saying I won't answer? Keep up the content, Gianni. Been watching since July this year. Now I'm going to go to FPL channels. Cheers, dude. Appreciate that. Nice of you to say, mate. The business blueprint. Come on, Danny says yes, Cam. We've always got question time for a boring one, Kev. Play Pickford or Turner? Yeah, Turner can massively rack up the saves. He's also more likely to get a penalty against him and therefore a penalty save. And that's huge in FPL. But Brentford didn't score last time out against Newcastle. I know it was away. But they looked a bit goal shy. I think they only put up about 0.5 XG. And with that in mind, I would play Pickford. I think I'd play Pickford. Being a rude boy is cool. It's a close one. Gabriel Jesus is a really good pick. He looked amazing in the week. Champions League. Very good goal. Oh, the redemption arc is real. An apology. I will answer your question. There you go. One free transfer. Madison out from Bomo. No, I wouldn't do that. I have Saka, Foden, Son, and Sterling alongside. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Also have Isak. I'd probably sell Isak. Actually, no, you play Isak this week, but eventually you want to sell him. I thought, yeah. Sorry, RTJ is right. I must have missed it, I thought. But yeah, please don't spam the chat, guys. Or I'll have to get my mod to kick you out. And RTJ is a mod. Hang on a second. I didn't see a question though. Soz. Can't answer everyone, can we? If you really, really want it answered, You ask a super chat or you become a channel member, don't you? Because obviously, I can't do it. I can't. I'm sorry, guys. I really want to make this stream about you and answer all your questions, but we can't get to everyone. Like, if I can get to 50% of them, I'm happy. I don't say Sheffield. I say Sheffield United. I'm with you, Andrew. It's offensive to Sheffield Wednesday. I'm pretty sure I say Sheffield United. Yeah. But whatever. My transfers, I'm going to go probably Trippier in, possibly Botman in. Depends if I want to save the money. But I've got money, and it'll be Chilwell out, I think, if not Colwell or Guardiola, if we got a leak that Guardiola was benched. How many points am I on? You can join my mini league. I'm in there. Let's have a look. It's not been great, guys. My rank's just over 2 million. It's been poor. My points. 285. Ugh. It's bad. But we're optimistic. You've got to be optimistic. Start Steele or Turner. Probably Steele. He could even be benched, though. He played in the week still. Saliba or Pau Torres? Pau Torres. 2 free transfers. 1 mid and 1 defence. Suggest me. Foden in the mid. Newcastle defender. Yeah, Johnson will start until he has poor games. You're fine with Johnson. Oh, we've got a super chat. We got a super chat from Mark DeLu. 2 free transfers. Van Hecker to Guardiola to bring in Alvarez. Now, yeah, Van Heck's been playing all right and he's cheap. To Guardiola to bring in Alvarez, play alongside Haaland and Jackson, or Guardiola to Botman and take out Jackson for out. I would probably say Guardiola to Botman is the sensible pick. Bringing in a Newcastle defender makes sense. And Alvarez for Jackson is also the sensible move. I'd probably go with the second option. I don't know if you want to sell Guardiola, though. Do you have to make 2 transfers? If Guardiola's going to start, and I think he will, it's very good clean sheet odds for Guardiola this week, guys. Should we have a... So, clean sheet odds this week, let me tell you. Because I like bookie odds for clean sheets. And I can promise you, Man City will be one of the highest teams for clean sheets. 60% likely. They are the only team over 50% likely from the bookies, which means the bookies think that Man City will keep a clean sheet this week. They do not think any other team will, because they're all under 50%. So they've got Newcastle second likely to keep a clean sheet at 44. I think we back the bookies and say Man City will probably keep a clean sheet. Therefore, I don't think I'd sell Guardiola. I wonder if you've got other moves, Mark. Like, you don't need to ask another super chat, but give me some other options. Let me see if I can answer that a bit better. But I personally don't think I'd be selling Guardiola. And you don't even have to sell Jackson. But obviously, I get that you want to get more Man City in. If it's just to go Alvarez in, though, because you've got perhaps a Foden in there as well, I don't think you need Alvarez as well. Yes. Yes, FPL fella. Good to see you, mate. Fella used to watch these on Instagram, and I don't do them on Instagram anymore. I've just started doing them on YouTube. So thanks, fella, for coming across. Hope you had a good holiday, mate. I enjoyed all your posts. Can you? I swear you're always in America. Can you rank the Newcastle defenders? That is a cracking question. And I'm not just bringing this up because fella's a mate, but I'm also bringing it up because it's a cracking question, and I share the cracking questions. So let's not say in order who's going to get more points, because Trips is clearly the best. But let's go on the value that they offer. I still think Trippier number 1. And that's because his attacking numbers haven't been great because he's had tough opposition. I think his attacking numbers could come back. Excuse me. And in the next couple, he's got by far the highest ceiling. And if you don't have Mo Salah, you should be able to afford Trippier. And unless you're moving for Salah in the next week or 2, you can go Trips. I probably won't get Salah till I wildcard, and then I can get Trips out if I need to. Trips at 1. I'm going to say Botman at 2 because he's a bit cheaper than Cher. But also, the bonus threat's about the same. The goal threat's a little bit less, but Cher's a sort of player that can get injured. Botman is literally going to play every minute. Then I'd go Cher, Dan Burn, the weakest of the lot. Oh, Pope, by the way, I'd put Pope in. He's 5.5, isn't he? I'd put him before Burn, but after Cher. Good question. Good question. RTJ. Unrelated to the game week, but have you on the FPL site thought about doing FPL tour appearances to other countries? So yes, through Fantasy Football Fest, we did a tour, a meetup, a gathering in New York, which was pretty cool. And I know that FPL, they've done one in India through FPL. And I know FPL Meets, which Fella is one of the co-organizers, creators of. They have multiple sites all around the world with FPL enthusiasts that arrange their own meetups locally. So again, do follow FPL Meet on Twitter if you're looking for maybe an FPL meetup in your country. There's a chance in your city or country they're looking into that. So at FPL Meets is the Twitter handle. If you ever want to come to London to Fest, that is Fantasy Football Fest. You can check them out too. Yeah, I'm in Chennai next week. And if anyone's in Chennai in India that wants to come say hello, I'd love that. I'll probably send a tweet out about it. I don't think I'll be selling Albany. He's been so good. One bad fixture's fine, right? Which game week has the most upside for wildcarding? Great question. I think game week 9-10 is a good swing. So before game week 9, before game week 10, because it allows you to ditch your Man United, maybe some of your City and your Chelsea, and jump on Liverpool, Aston Villa, Brighton, by the way, of go on a really good run. Let me give you some of Brighton's fixtures, for example. Game week 10 onwards, so they have Liverpool, Man City. Then in game week 10, they have Fulham, Everton, Sheffield United, Forest. So Brighton, again, you could triple Brighton. Aston Villa, so again, it's around the same time. This is game week 9-10, remember. Aston Villa, their fixtures read from game week 9 or from game week 8, Wolves, West Ham, Luton, Forest, Fulham. Great run. And then the other team I mentioned in that breath was Liverpool. Again, if you're wildcarding game week 9-ish, I think I'll go triple Liverpool. I really do, because they go game week 9, Everton at home, Forest at home, Luton away, Brentford at home. 3 homes out of 4, 3 really nice homes. Then it's Man City, but then it's Fulham and Sheffield United and Palace. Like, the run's amazing. So with all that in mind, I really like a game week 9 wildcard or a game week 10 wildcard. Now, game week 9 is the international break. Going into game week 9 is the international break. So you've got a 2-week window there. Or the week after that is game week 10. There will be a ton that go in the international break because of the reasons I just mentioned. Now, some might ask, is it worth waiting a week or not? I think there's also a nice little swing around game week 12 as well. But yeah, I'm pretty confident I'll be using it. And that's probably why I'll punt on someone like a Morris next week. I can go to Morris because I know I can wildcard him out. I don't think I'll be punting on Morris if I didn't have a wildcard anywhere near. Good question, though. Thanks, mate. Hopefully that helped a few out. Yeah, no, there you go. There's FPL Meets, guys. That's the handle if you want to follow it on Twitter. They literally do meetups, mainly in London, but all around the world. I could probably name you 10 different countries they've had meets. Oh, interesting. Matty wants to keep his wild card all the way till he can use it, pretty much. Double game week, yeah. City will get a double. I can't remember what week that is or what week that's going to be, but it's around then. Yeah. I don't know, Henry. I wouldn't say they all have good fixtures game week 8. That could definitely be, you could definitely go game week 8 if that was the case. But I just mentioned a few, didn't I? So Liverpool in game week 8 have Brighton. So Brighton therefore have Liverpool. Straight away, they're 2 teams I want to heavily invest in. I wouldn't want to bring them in for game week 8. I can't call that game. What do you reckon, guys? Brighton, Liverpool, like, I don't even know who would be favourites. Yeah. You'll get some injuries, but you'll also get the concern with some players and their travel times, like Son, who's in Asia, or Alvarez, who's in Bolivia at altitude, like where he was last time. The South Americans are often a concern after the international break, aren't they? The long flight time doesn't help them. Good to see Heather in the chat today as well. Guys, if you fancy hitting that like button, that'd be amazing. So far, 57 of you have liked the stream. And the chat, if you're watching and you can't comment in the chat, all you've got to do is click that subscribe button and then you can become you get access to the chat. I think I think you got to subscribe and then wait 60 seconds, and then you can pop a comment in the chat. And I reckon I've answered more than 50% of questions in the chat tonight, which has been pretty cool. Want to answer as many as I can, as always, but also keep it entertaining for you guys. Speaking of supporting the channel by liking and subscribing, loads of you already have joined the channel memberships, and you can do that really easily if you fancy it. By just clicking the join button in the chat. I don't know if you can do it easily on mobile, but you certainly can on laptop. And yeah, the squad tier is $2.99 a month. And with that, I'll prioritize all your questions in chats like this, but also to all my videos, like the comments. Can't always reply. If you're a channel member, I will always reply. And then if you want to pay for an ultra tier, as Kev has tonight, thank you, Kev, then you'll be joining the WhatsApp group, which I'm pretty active on. I'm pretty active and I enjoy it. I enjoy chatting to you guys. Voice notes, videos, shout outs, whatever, questions. In the WhatsApp group, world number 1 from last year. He won FPL. Ali Hangarov. Pretty cool. So even if you don't want my advice, you can get Ali's. Cheers, Henry. Lovely of you to say, mate. We pride ourselves on that, Cam. We pride ourselves, and the guys at Chasing Green Arrows that run that channel, like, again, I've been inspired by the fact that they absolutely do that, and they make the chat, especially on the Fridays, about you guys, which is what this Q&A is for. And I know I won't be able to run every single week, but I'd like to where I can. Jackson better get points. Yeah, I hope so. Yep, it's exactly what I'm doing. Dean, I'll be waiting for the Man City news. And Man City are a team we get leaks from. They just are, aren't they? Whether we like it or not. They're a team that we get leaks from. I'm just going to tweet that we're live. See if anyone wants to come play. One second. Yeah, do follow each other, guys. I was going to call you my chasers, all my chatters. Yeah, you can already get quite close to that wildcard team this week, Sam. Especially if you've got David. I'm gonna name check here. I'm on Sky Sports News tomorrow morning, guys, so I can't. I reckon 50 to 70% of weeks I'll be able to do like a pre-deadline stream on the day. But unfortunately, sorry, I've been holding my daughter today and my shoulders are really stiff. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't always do that. Yeah, okay. It's not Turner, it's Anana. Apologies. I've called Anana Turner and Turner also Turner. If Ferguson starts, he could. You wait and you save all those chips, guys, don't you? The poll's still running. 66 of you won't have Morris next week. I think we're going to end that poll. Any other poll we want to do, guys? Inspire me. RTJ, thank you for being our mod as well. Ferguson, good punt for game week 6. Yes, the only thing is with Ferguson, my good friend Jules Breach, who was at the ground, big Brighton fan for TNT Sports, she said he left the ground early because of an injury. In like I don't know if he warmed up and then got injured, but he left the ground early. So with that in mind, I'm like, it doesn't sound great. But apparently it was nothing serious. But I'm still not sure he's ready. Twins. You had your work cut out, mate. You got your work cut out. If you can afford Son Salah this week, I don't hate it. Who has Salah poll? Yeah, okay, let's do that. That's a good. Let's do a poll. Will you own Salah in 6? Now, Salah's ownership, before I put this out there, before I put this out there, Salah's ownership in the whole game is 28.3%. Do we think, you guys watching, do we think there'll be more or less than 28% owning Salah this week? I think, well, more or less. Let us know in the comments. Before I put this poll live, Salah is 28% owned on the FPL site. So the masses, from the masses that don't watch YouTube, 28% of them, 1 in 4 almost, a bit more, own Mo Salah. For you guys in the chat, I'm going to say fewer of you own Mo Salah. I think Mo Salah is going to be about 20 to 25%. But let's see. It depends how many have wildcarded, doesn't it? Because if you wildcard, it's going to be higher. But do you own Salah? Will you own Salah in game week 6? Yes or no? And will it be higher or lower than 28%? I'm going to say it's going to be a bit lower. But the chat is split. Some think higher, some think lower. It's a tough one. Less, more, less. I think it'll be slightly less. Some have owned Salah since game week 1, though. Or at the moment, guys, at the moment, looks like around 50% of you watching own Mo Salah. I'm a bit scared now. Because you're engaged managers. So if more engaged managers own him, that scares me a tad. Guys, the big questions hopefully have been answered tonight. Thank you so much all for coming in with your questions tonight. The big question around my team that you might still have is, do you start Chilwell? Do you sell Chilwell? I still think a Newcastle defender, regardless of Chilwell starting, is a better option. Because don't forget, Newcastle defenders, the data's better. The pedigree's better from last season especially. And the fixtures, longer term, are better. Sheffield United, Burnley, next 2. Then it's West Ham. Then it's Palace. Then it's Wolves. Arsenal, Bournemouth. Like, good run. I'm going to be going Trippier. And yeah, surprised 50% of you watch. Really surprised by that with Mo Salah. Really surprised. It's a good move. I'm jealous. Absolutely agree, RTJ. And that's what I'm doing. Salah won't be into our wild card. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. We are going to wrap. We've been live for an hour. If you've just tuned in, go back and watch the last hour. Thank you so much for supporting the channel as well with your super chats and with your channel memberships, as always. But I can't wait to speak to you next week because we're all going to be on some big green arrows next week. I'm sure of it. If that North London derby has goals, those that jumped in big on Spurs last week, like Son, they're going to be rewarded too. I'm hopeful for Saka and Son and Maddison returns in that one. It could be 3-3. That'd be loads of fun. But for now, guys, you've been the viewer. Thank you so much. I've been Gianni, and we've all been trying to get some juicy green arrows and some big gains. And I'll see you on the other side in game week 7. See you later, guys. Good night.